Hello, everyone. Welcome in. It is Thursday, November 7th. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Good to have you here. Hi, lovely Shadow. Yes, thank you. Please hit the like button if you would. Hi, Kimberly Myers and Shelly Ann B., Michelle Reed Duncan, Linda Hall. Hello, Brenda, Rita Ledford, Bright Star Tarot. I hope I do too. Cavell Windsor, Crazy Times, Becky Laux, Victoria, hello. Hi, Crazy Times. Wanda J. Beard. Hi, Paula McGillen. Good to see you this evening. Pickle Me Elmo, I love that name. Yeah, his video is really interesting. We're going to watch a little bit of it. Hello, closer to you, Donna. Lori626, Patty Hadaway, Amanda Jane, hello. How is everyone today? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are doing very well. I'm on earlier than I normally would be, but I was able to get home quick today, so worked out nicely. I hope you saw the video on the vigil coming up this weekend for Sebastian in Clarksville. It's a ride bringing in any vehicle, a motorcycle or any vehicle, a Jeep, whatever. And it is at, oh goodness, I want to say 2 p.m. they're meeting and 3 p.m. kickstands up. And then following the ride is a vigil, a prayer vigil for Sebastian. They are asking for everyone to come, be united, put their past issues away, bridge differences. I'll read it to you real quickly. We warmly invite everyone in the community and surrounding to a ride followed by a prayer vigil for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Then it says Sebastian was last seen on February 25th, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This is a time to raise awareness, bridge our differences, and embrace the power of prayer. Motorcycle, Jeeps, and all vehicles welcome. Bridging the differences, and that's so important because we're all here because we care about bringing Sebastian home. And that really is why all of us who are following Sebastian's case should be here, right? So we have a lot of powerful people starting to pitch in and help. Regardless, the awareness is being raised. We have 2 confirmed individuals who are connected to the investigation in Oregon that has been confirmed by the offices of Joseph Lesniak. And at night, we don't know what that means. And I'm just recapping a little as everyone comes in. Hit that like button on your way in if you would. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in and welcome back. We have Bruce Cantor, former Attorney General and Attorney to Donald Trump. We have at night, One World, Hong, Nick the Hat, and Dog the Bounty Hunter. And a vigil this weekend where I hope there is zero chaos and drama, and all about honoring this young man. Did you know Sebastian's birthday, his 16th birthday, is 1 month from today? I want to bring him home. I hope we can bring him home before then. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do, and then I'll tell you about what Dog has going on this weekend too. He's raising some funds for Sebastian. We are going to discuss the Lookalike video regarding Summer Wells, which I don't believe it's Summer. It doesn't look that much like her, but I want to look at it. Also, Don Wells's response to that video. I found it a little concerning in my opinion. I want to go over that with you too. And then we are going to go over the Amber Alert criteria in Tennessee. Amber Alert is federal, but each state sets their own criteria. And in Tennessee, That criteria is created by TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. But the way states word it sometimes, in my opinion, there's a sentence in there that should say or instead of and when it talks about description of abductor, child, and car. Well, if you put and in there, it requires all three for a child to receive an Amber Alert and everyone to be looking, right? But Tennessee did something right. They have or in there, okay? So it's full description of the child, the vehicle, or the abductor. So, but it's very interesting if we go back and read the criteria for the Amber Alert for Tennessee, because they sound it for an abduction. That's why it sounded. So my question is, how did we go from looking for a runaway on February 26th to an abduction on February 27th? What took them there? What took them there? So we're going to go over that Amber Alert criteria, and then we're going to watch Detective Maines. And thank you to the subscriber who sent this to me. You all are amazing, by the way, of sending me resources. I'm going through many of your emails. If I have not gotten back to you, it's coming. Same with comments. I'm sorry, I'm a little behind on some comments. Then we're going to watch Detective Maines, Kenneth Maines. He's a retired detective, and apparently the Stepfoots, KP and CP, reached out to him and to see if he could help. And after a conversation together, he wasn't sure. They were going to both sides go back and think about it. And I have my theories on that. After you watch the video, we'll talk about that a little bit. But it doesn't sound like they asked him if he would need work with the other detective, which I'm assuming is SF Investigates. But I think he more so would like to work alone a little bit. But we're going to watch some of that video so we know what's going on there. We don't know when they reached out, but the video was just put out, I think, to his members only on November 5th and then public on November 6th. So, but I don't know how long ago they reached out to him. So, a lot going on for today. And what I want to do is go ahead and start with the lookalike for summer, if we could. Welcome in, everyone. Let me say hello before we get started. Hi, Kimberly Myers. No, he didn't. It sounded like he wasn't going to take it. And then he said, well, I'd be willing to help still. It sounded like, well, I'll let you all listen to it. Hi, Linda Hall. Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're number 6, Rita. Good job. Excuse me, Wanda Beard. Hit that like button if you'd be so willing. Hi, Holly S. Good to see you again. And Meow. Members of the fam. Thank you, Robin. I so appreciate that you always share the videos. Really do. Hi, Random the Dime. Feel the love, Nano. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Tugs on Heartstrings. Great name, Dr. Suze. Hi, Poppy Love. Thank you, Poppy Love. I'm learning I can get home a little bit quicker and maybe jump on. Hi, Catherine B. and Cinderelli. Hello, everyone. Hello, Shadow. Rita M. Forever Glow. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, my goodness, Robin. Someone sent Robin a message saying, allegedly, what if Sebastian is in the same site as TB's mom? I said, call the FBI. Great advice. Thank you for saying that. Hi, Amanda Jane. Hello, everyone. How can we help for fundraising for dog? This is actually Let me finish. I'll tell you all. I'm so glad you said that, Dr. Seuss. Dog is having a fundraiser this weekend. It is called the Dog Fest. Some of his proceeds are going to go to Sebastian Rogers for when he brings him home to be able to support him. It is tomorrow night. No, Saturday night is the ride. But it's at 7:30 p.m. It's in Alabama. They're calling it the Dog Fest. They're starting Friday night with a worship service, and then Saturday will be music and food and all sorts of stuff. And then they have a dinner where they are, I think it's $175 a ticket to have dinner with dog. There's going to be special guests, autographs, things like that. And some of the proceeds are going to Sebastian's support when he returns home, because we are going to, what, friends? Bring him home. So Dr. Seuss, my suggestion would be I would respond to his post on X about his fundraising or his dog fest and ask where you can contribute if you are interested in doing so. That's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thought. Thank you. We have such a kind community, by the way. Hi, Terry Edwards, Cecilia Wen. We really have a kind community. My monkey, how are you? Good to see you. In my opinion, the reason why they did what, Becky? You just made it in. Hi, Reserve Glitchin. I'm a little earlier today, so I hope it's better for you. Ms. Lulu, how are you? Oh, thanks, Ms. Lulu. Thank you. Just trying to keep talking about Sebastian, and today we're going to incorporate Summer into there because I know we're both interested in both cases. And one thing I wanted you all keep sending me information about, why didn't Summer get a reward? And I don't know the answer to that, but I can tell you that, he was contacted a few months ago. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. That's very helpful, actually. I'm sorry, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I just lost my train of thought. I am so sorry. But I appreciate how supportive you all are. Everyone we have so many people, awareness is raised, my friends. And we're going to start tonight. Oh, you asked me about the reward for Summer. Why there isn't one for Summer, and I can't answer that. But what I can answer is from observation. Please hit that like button on your way in if you enjoy the content in the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, you are missing out. Hit that subscribe button, please. Summers doesn't have anyone who is, in my opinion, a voice for her. This is my opinion. And Summer doesn't have, I believe her parents said it's been a long time since they've talked to the Hawkins County about Summer's case, hadn't heard from them in a while. But obviously, in my opinion, obviously they're not calling. So Summer doesn't have someone, searching and begging for help and asking the FBI to take over and doing all those things. And Sebastian, very similar, in my opinion, about what he doesn't have on one side, but he does have something that Summer doesn't have. And that's Seth. Seth has been a loud voice. He's gone on national media. He's begged. He's pleaded. And I just really think with everyone who started getting involved, it really helped. And I think, in my opinion, that could be one reason why Sebastian's case got that kind of commitment. I don't know, though. I don't know. But what we do know is Summer needs a Seth, right? And we're going to have to be her voice. And you know what another thing is I want to talk about, and then we'll get to the video. Hi, everyone coming in. Hi, Lone Wolf Spirit. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hi, Charles. Good to see you again. It's been a bit. So Summer needs a Seth, right? And another thing is, do you remember the truck that went out for Michael Vaughn? The truck with his face on the side and the semi, his face and his information. That would be great to have one of those for Summer. Because we don't have proof she's no longer with us. And I know seasoned investigators like Chris McDonough, he shook his head when asked once if he thought she was still with us. And that breaks my heart. And, but she needs people to be her voice. And this YouTube has been an amazing voice for Summer. Amazing voice for Summer. So we are going to go ahead and watch a video in which a young lady thinks she sees Summer, a girl who looks like Summer, possibly. And she's telling the story. You could tell she's very adrenaline rush rattled. She really, what's going on. And then wants people's opinion, does it look like Summer? In my opinion, it does not, but it sure looks like another little girl who needs help. And the story is this little girl's never been in school, doesn't have a birth certificate, no social security card, all the red flags, right? So they're wondering if this is another missing little girl. And bless her heart, she put it up there. We're going to watch some of it. And then you can go over to hers to watch it all. But I want to make sure that you get, some of the images. The little girl looks up at the camera as she's trying to unplug something. And she's vividly looking at the camera. And it's almost like it gave me chills. Like she's trying, with her eyes to say something. Thank you, Meow. Yes, please hit that like button. Okay, so thank you, Joe, and I appreciate that. Hi, Gigi for life. So we are going to watch that, and then we are going to watch Don Wells's response. And it's at first in the response, and I'm going to let you guys see if you catch it, okay? So this is going to be credit, and I don't know if I have any mods in the house right now. So I will drop the link to the channel. Oops, hold on. Hi, Renee Marie. How are you? Sorry, you're going to hear my doggies. They're happy I'm home. Laura Y, hello. Gypsy Vano. Karen Powers. Everyone else, thank you for being here. Hi, Brown Eyed Girl. Cherokee, 1971. I am going to tell you who to give credit to for this channel, and I will drop her link in the description. One moment. I am going to, first of all, before I share it, make sure I pull up the right video. 1 second. I was rushing today, but I wanted to start earlier because I know some of you, it gets a little late for 6:30. By the way, has the Koberger hearing ended? I would have loved to have been home and watched that with you. Okay, so let me put it in theater mode. Now I'll share it with you. And this is full credit to, hi, Butterfly Girl, full credit to Whistle Down, a channel. So we're not going to watch all of her video because I want you to go over and watch it on her channel and subscribe, okay? Because she's the one who saw something and said something. But we're going to watch some of it, and we are going to listen to Don Wells's strange reaction to it. Not really strange to us, but we're used to it, but in my opinion. Hi, Bev, but strange, okay? Chemistry Queen, Savvy, Everyone in here. Look at all the family members. Welcome to the family, everyone. If you're not a member of the family, hi, Justin. Justin has been a member for a month. Good to see you. You're listening? Okay, thanks, Justin. Join the family if you would. You're missing out if you're not there. Our first members live was a doozy last weekend, and we are going to have another one this Saturday. And we're going to talk about a few things that I'd rather just talk about with a smaller group, right? Hi, everyone. Okay, so let's go ahead. Hi, KB, Crooked Arrow. Sorry if I've missed you. Yeah, I agree, in my opinion. Too many things have been said that just obviously, and the lack of curiosity again, I agree. Lots of changing of stories. Summer's case is a rough one. Justin is in but having a shower for the monkey, right? When is the monkey arriving? And does the monkey have a name yet? Yes, I am following anytime I can. I love his channel. My Monkey 10, MTB. Okay, let's go ahead and get to it. If I haven't, is it being dragged out? So they have not, Cinderella, made a decision today yet? Because I would have loved to have watched that with you today. WSU Mom Kid, hello, and I am about to get it started. Full credit to Whistle Down. I will put her description, her link in the description. Okay, here she is. There she is. I am turning up my volume.
In school, and she had all these stipulations. Well, when her would be 8, she would have turned 8. Her would be 8.
Okay, here we go.
Anna is.
Oh my goodness! Here, let me just take it to it. Sorry.
Does she look like Summer?
Full credit to Whistle Down.
The little girl and her mother came over to play with our dog, and it was getting kind of dark, and the mom just had diarrhea of the mouth and told me that her little girl's never been in school, never been enrolled. She doesn't have a social security card or a birth certificate for her. She has no documentation or proof that that's even her child. She is 47 years old, and she claims that Anna is 7. So Summer would be 8. She would have turned 8 in February. Our neighbor found them on a curb. Mom was crying, and she put them in a hotel room for 2 nights. Well, after that, she got contacted and said, our stay is up and we have nowhere to go. It was just the mom and the little girl. So she took them and let them stay in her house. And she had a contract, you have to look for work. You have to try to get on a social security card and get her in school. And she had all these stipulations. Well, when she came over to my house, I had it just the hair on the back of my neck was just standing up because I felt like something was wrong. That 1, either that's Summer, or 2, that is not her child. I mean, how come you can't get documentation to get her in school? All these red flags, they don't let her around technology, any kind of technology. What she was doing in that one is the man, he showed up. Okay, this is getting all over the place. The man shows up from Missouri and says, and she's like, my boyfriend's in town for a couple days. Can you come stay here? And the neighbor said, yeah, but he has to stay on the front porch. He can't stay inside. Well, obviously it was daytime during when you guys saw the man in the house. That is not her father. that is her mom's on and off again boyfriend. And after doing some digging, we found out he had 60 plus charges on his criminal history, just that we could find. So right when I told my neighbor about that, she gives me the login for her camera in her house while she tells them that it's time to go, because she found this and she started saying off all the charges. And those videos are when they started packing and trying to get out of the house, because they were told a sheriff is going to come and they didn't want that. After they left, I told the neighbor, my neighbor's young, she's 23. I told her, does she not look like Summer Wells? And she said, who's Summer Wells? And I said, oh my gosh, Google that. And she's like, oh my God, like I can see the resemblance. Like she does look like Summer. But she had no idea about Summer Wells. See, she's young. Like Summer went missing in like what, 2021? So I go back over there and we call CPS in 2 different states. I don't want to tell exactly where I'm at right now, but we called in 2 different states, this state and the state that she said she's running from, which is really a whole other story. If y'all have questions, I guess ask them, and then I can try to get back to y'all as much as I can. So, gosh, this is a mess. This obviously wasn't planned out. I don't know if that's Summer. I have a bad feeling either way. She's probably not the woman that you see, and I just don't think so. So yeah, we called the authorities in 2 different states. We called the sheriff here. We called they called the sheriff in the town next to us where they were left, and they're looking. CPS is on it in 2 different states. The footage we downloaded from her camera system so we could send it to CPS. So CPS has all the footage that I put on TikTok. The sheriffs and CPS do. This was just a fluke deal. My neighbor was just trying to be nice and be a good Samaritan, and I guess she got crapped on and taken advantage of, and we're glad that they're gone, but we are worried about Anna. And we did make sure that the proper authorities were contacted. And I mean, in every which way, we got together, we've got case reference numbers, we've got everything. So we're hoping that they'll let us know if they find her. I don't know if they would or not, but if they do, like, I'm totally gonna let you guys know what's up. Either maybe it is Summer or she's a kidnapped little girl and she needs to be with people who love her. She needs to be in school, and she's never been enrolled. She's not homeschooled. It's totally red flags everywhere. I hope I kind of answered all the questions. I'm not sure. If you have any more, just ask and I'll answer to the best of my ability. It is also worth noting that the little girl has number 2 accidents in her underwear. The neighbors found several pairs under the trash can. Of course, she didn't want to get in trouble, but with that man around and sexual abuse and how that's tied with poopy accidents, I don't really think a 7-year-old should be having accident.
course, I was muted. Hi. You know, I don't, does the girl say what state this occurred in? Did anyone catch that? But I think the saddest thing is that the saddest thing is that she she looks like she needs help, right? So it's not summer, but what I'd like you to see, but first we have a breaking news. I'm trying to open a video. It won't open from Nick the Hat. So let me go to Nick's channel. There is, for those of you who let me know he dropped a video, thank you. It is supposedly on YouTube. So I am going to just go real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be right there. I'm just getting it set up. Nick's, my computer's being very slow right now. Talk amongst yourselves, family. We are going to watch Nick the Hat. He's live right now. I am starting it at the beginning. Thank you for the heads up on this. Let's see where I've got him. This is Nick the Hat. For those of you, this is Nick the Hat. For those of you who are unaware, he works with Dog Bounty Hunters team at night, Hong, all of them. He has been silenced quite a bit on this case, but he is doing work. He is working also to help the FBI bring home other children's victims. And he's posted some pictures that they want us to look at very closely on X. And if anyone can recognize any of that, to let them know, because they're trying to figure out location and bring these children home. So he works with the kids. We're going to hear what he has to say now about Sebastian. Everyone good? I have to mute so you don't get an echo, okay? So I'm going to mute and share this, and start this. I'll be right back.
On YouTube. It's been a busy month, maybe a little bit longer. There are no developments that we can report per se on YouTube or social media. Long story short, Dog is constantly on the case right now. He's traveling. He's being briefed in real time about findings that we have in Oregon and New York. So the case is very fluid, and the goal is really to just bring Sebastian home, and the family can figure out who has custody to what when he gets there, right, guys? So that's where we stand right now. There is going to be a development in the skunk lawsuit today or tomorrow. We were expecting it yesterday. It's up to the courts as to the timing, but keep refreshing that docket, and you guys are going to see an update on the docket. Definitely keep watching that. that's going to be a key part of solving the case, right? You have to get rid of the bullies. You have to get rid of the people that are intimidating people to solve the case. Otherwise, we're going to be 1 year in, not us personally. We got involved in September, but Sebastian's case is 1 year in almost. And look, we're still at square one. They haven't gotten to square two yet, or even around all four corners of square one. So the nonsense ended. A lot of the individuals early on, ones that we thought had bad intent, which they did at the beginning, they've since changed their tune, they've turned it down, and now they're just being normal, which means look for Sebastian, look for leads, push his poster out there, get his face out there. I don't care if you share just a profile picture, the FBI poster, just share the poster, because when it made its way to another state, stuff started happening very quickly. That state had no idea who Sebastian was. Philadelphia doesn't know who Sebastian is for the most part. You can't expect probably 9 out of 10 people in the street. If you show them a picture, they're going to say, "We don't know who that is." So he could be walking around with an abductor, and they don't know that, right? And neither does Sebastian. He is. I'm not saying that he doesn't know that, because I'm sure he's catching on right now. Something's not right. Where's my mom? Where's my dad? Where are my parents, right? So if they are on the move with an abductor, it's important that his face is seen nationwide. That's the goal. By January 1st, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, his face and name will be known nationwide in all states across the United States. That's a fact. We are working hard for that, and it's just to spread his name, face recognition. People need to know who they're looking for and that somebody's missing. There's no indication that leads anybody to believe that Sebastian has been harmed yet. There's nothing. So again, Dog, the bounty hunter, is operating under the assumption that Sebastian is alive. And with that said, continue calling Dog with leads. Call the TBI, call the FBI, call anybody that will listen, report the lead, and they can clear it, right? Or they can pursue it. It's important to do that. As for the skunks, we gave you guys a lot of chances, and the ones that are still running around, you know who you are. Um, I've never seen something like that, and I am very interested to see what the court's reaction is going to be, because love me if you want, hate me if you want, call me a fraud if you want, call me fake news if you want, call me a felon if you want, call me a parolee if you want. The law is the law. So when you go into court, you can't tell the judge, "All right, Your Honor, he's on parole, so I can get." Please give me a break. That's not going to work. If you think that's going to work, re-strategize. And there are more people that are being added. That is, I guess, the big news. Not really big news. It's just a few more. And guess what? There's going to be 50 people by the end of this. So more are being added as of yesterday. More defendants have been added to the case. Not many, but we are aiming for 50. And that's the number that we have. Likely 49, or I think it was 49, the actual number. But that's a lot of people that are going to have a lot of explaining to do. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. It's with the courts. They can't just say, "Oh, we're throwing this in the trash." No, everybody's going to get heard. All 10 plaintiffs, in addition to the next batch of 10 that are being added, will be heard. So again, it's a class action injunction. It's not a lawsuit. It's an injunction, and it's a serious thing. And I don't care if you don't take it serious. I am just giving advice, I guess, to the people that don't. You should, because one is going to let us focus on Sebastian. Not this distracted. They don't get distracted about this, but there's no to drag yourself into something that we all know you won't be able to afford to get out. Now, maybe there are YouTubers, not in this case, on YouTube that can afford litigation, probably two. And that includes people that have 150 million followers and subscribers. Not anybody that has under a million, not anybody that has under 15. If you have under 25 million subscribers and you think you're going to win, stop. again, the company that is coming for you has gone after Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon. Same people that are behind this. And at the end of the day, they won. He lost. He's the world's richest man. So it's obvious that it's not going to work. The only thing that will work is stop breaking. No matter what happens, you're never going to. Is telling the judge that her signature isn't worth the paper it's written on, and they don't take kindly to that. And it's not a good thing to say, especially for people that live in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Now, if you don't live here, and there are a number of you that don't, that are being added to the case, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be compelled to come to Pennsylvania. The way it works is we file here, add you to the case, then send an attorney from, let's say, Virginia to a court in Virginia where they'll have a hearing without you there. They will enforce that subpoena and that case against you. And then deputies in Virginia will serve you. And then it's enforceable. So if you don't show up, you get the Bullhorn Betty treatment. And you know what that's like. They will drag your butt from Virginia to Pennsylvania and keep you here for a couple of days because you should have known. Stop raising money if we haven't even named you, because that's just weird. You're either trying to distract, which, okay, cool, or you want to get involved. And we're open. If you want to be part of the case because you're a problem, it's an open invite. Um, Ask the two people that are being added, that I'm sure if they know, cool. If they don't, they'll know tonight or tomorrow. They should know. Maybe they're keeping it quiet, but ask them what they would do different 2 weeks before today. You know what they would have done different? They would have stayed out of this because this is serious. There is a child that is missing, and a corporation that's going to stop at nothing to find him. They will take you to court in all the states that they have to. They will drag you on a tour from New York to Florida to Tennessee to Pennsylvania. Everywhere we have an office, you will be there. So don't jump in. We want to work with you guys. We want to work with creators. We want to work with YouTubers. And guess what? We are. Not just the creators that are on the Sebastian case, but we're talking to some very high profile creators that have nothing to do with true crime, ones that operate YouTube, ones that their numbers are YouTube. Without them, they wouldn't be YouTube. Those are the strategies we're working on. And you can be with the likes of those creators. You can be on the right side of this, and you can end up possibly coming out of this case as not a creator, but as an individual who was part of a movement that ended the hatred that has ruined the chances of finding out dozens of missing children. A lot of children would have been found if it wasn't for hate, if it wasn't for rhetoric, if it wasn't for BS. And it's not just Sebastian, it's Summer Wells. It's a lot of them, okay? If social media did what they did to Sebastian's case, to Molly Tibbetts, we wouldn't know what happened to Molly. If they did what happened with this case to Jamie Kloss, she'd still be under the bed at Patterson's house. She would still be there under the bed as a kidnapped victim whose parents were shot and killed in front of her. But no, we had morals, I guess, back then on YouTube. We had a community and we had a common goal, which is to make a difference, which is to compete with the mainstream media. Not that they're bad, but because they don't have the time to do what we do. They don't. They don't have time to dissect cases the way you guys do. They don't have time to give beautiful presentations like Grizzly's True Crime. They don't. They don't have time for that because it just doesn't work. This is where people turn to for that. Let's keep them coming for that. And I think we will. This skunk case is going to go down in history, and I guarantee you it's going to get appealed by the other side, and it might make its way to the Supreme Court of the United States. And change is going to come. The legal team that we are assembling, aside from the one we have, they deal with appellate law, they deal with the Supreme Court of the United States, and they deal with cases that go before the Supreme Court regularly. Every other year, these guys are there. We are hiring experts in the field of essentially the rights you get as being an American. As when you're born in America, you have, or if you are a U.S. citizen, you have rights. You have a constitution that protects those rights, and there are laws. They have to be followed. So that's the update, guys. There really is nothing to report per se, except that Sebastian is still missing. And again, um, the goal is to bring him home to the family and they can figure out who has custody. It's not our decision. Let them do that. Our goal is to find him. And by getting the skunks to slow down, and I'll stop calling them skunks when they stop spraying the hate. I wouldn't, honestly, I'm the kind of person, and if Granny's watching, I'm the kind of person that would, at the end of the day, shake your hand and say thank you for stopping that and helping us find Sebastian. If that's your goal, call our lawyers. We'd love to speak with you. We offered that to Barbecue. You know what she said? Get effed. And now look what she's doing. Don't go down with her because you want to set an example. It's not going to work, but it will work for you to have a great career on YouTube if you get away from those weirdos that are trying to drag you in and probably make you a scapegoat. That's honestly the vibe I'm getting. I'm sorry. I guess I'm giving you advice that I shouldn't because it would be great on my end if they were to take you out themselves, but it's just I don't want to give them that satisfaction. I know that they are that dirty, and if they're going to do that to you, we'll take you in before them. Even though we're the ones suing you, we are suing you only because we want you to stop breaking the law. Stop breaking the law. Stop. That's it. You can discuss the case. You can give opinions. You can't say stuff like, this individual is a murderous pedophile. You can't say that. You can't say that this individual had something to do with somebody that died on their yard. You can't say that. Now, the fact that the people that you never met are willing to help you speaks volumes because it does. It speaks volumes. You're taking advice from the wrong people, the people that are going to make you a scapegoat, and I feel bad. I feel bad. That's why I'm telling you this. I know we have our differences, but we are from Delco. I don't think we ever met, but I will tell you that these TikTokers are trying to make you the scapegoat. It's obvious because when you went on that panel, if you notice and go through the comments, you'll see that they kind of hyped you up to get on the panel, and then they gave you the right line of questioning to go with their case, not yours. Remember, your friend has a lawyer that she's not going to share with you. She has a look because God knows how she. We'll get to that when we get to that. She's not going to share that with you. But I guarantee you, the lawyers are saying, "Hey, get Granny to go on there. We can try to throw stuff on her." Do you really think that barbecue lady is going to save you? Please give me a break. She wouldn't save herself. Anyway, stay safe, stay vigilant, stay out of the way. If you're just going to jump in and if you want to get involved in a lawsuit, it's simple. Do a video, break the law, tag me, and DM me your address if you want to make it easy. If you want to make this very easy for yourself and you want to be part of it like everybody else does, do a video of something that's against the law that we can sue you for. Send me your address, your name, where you want to be served. If you will accept service electronically, and guess what? You're in the party then. It's that simple. This isn't an invite only. It's open invite. If you want to invite your friends, invite your friends. We've got plenty of space. We have a lot of space. I think you can have as many people as you want. So tell your friends if they want to get involved. It's never too late. Even if on the day before this is over, they can still get involved and it'll just prolong it by another 4 years. That's fine. But we're not going anywhere until not just that first layer of hate is gone, but until the individuals that we are speaking with every day, the likes of YouTube compliance, he's the vice president of YouTube's compliance department, the division that goes over doxing. We're speaking with TikTok's compliance for their American. They have to follow a lot of U.S. law, given the fact that they are an overseas organization, and they are cooperating. You know why? They don't like against the law stuff. That's why they're in front of Congress trying to defend themselves, because it's that behavior that gets people killed. And at that point, I think Mark Zuckerberg would rather have you banned, and as would YouTube, than have to go before Congress and explain why they didn't stop your words. And mark my words, this is going to be a congressional hearing at the rate it's going, because you guys are getting a lot of attention from people you didn't even know were watching. A lot of attention, including the incoming presidential administration, and I cannot wait for that. The assistance that they will offer will bring Sebastian home. This is not bringing politics into it. This is not, I promise you. It is just a matter of resources that we need. We need resources. That's all. No politics, no BS, nothing about building a wall, none of that. What we do need is the president's help. And it's great to know that the president's family is extremely head set on solving this case and bringing answers for not just Sebastian's family, but for every resident in Tennessee who has a right to know what the hell's going on. You guys have a lot of missing kids there, and there's a reason why. It's laziness, it's a lot of stuff. But it's time for the federal government to take charge of that, do a review of every single missing persons case, find anomalies, find similarities, see what happened, and stop that pattern. It's far too late. We are speaking with senators in Tennessee, US senators. We're speaking with congressmen and women. We are speaking with lawmakers. We are getting it done, but not just for this. Going forward, for the entire state and sake of Tennessee, for every child that might be abducted, they have a right to be found, and we want to protect that right. And we're not going to stop until we do. It's a simple right, right? It's not like this isn't a threat, guys. We're going to court. This is going to a courthouse. There's going to be a judge. I'm not the judge. We're going to argue our case. That's what that is. It's not a threat. It's a threat of a lawsuit. I guess they're going to twist that up, cut it up, put a punch and throw it in. But it's not. It's not. We just want to solve not just Sebastian's case, but solve the situation in Tennessee. Because if we don't get involved and if we don't do it, well, I'm not going to say who will, because I'm sure somebody will come along. But what? Maybe 100 more kids go missing, 100 more kids die, and then then that's when it's no. The time for change is now. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So if you see something, report it to authorities. Stay safe. And guys, just because I'm not live, I just wanted to show you guys that I am alive. I'm here, but I am not on social media as much at all. The team is monitoring social media heavily. Keep sending tips. Keep sending information. If you see something, say something. Let's end the teams, guys. I want to emphasize that. Stop the whole team, one or the other. Don't do any of them. Team Sebastian, leave all the parents out of it for now. All of them. We have to focus on Sebastian. If the world knows who the parents are, what the heck is that going to do for us when they see Sebastian walking down the street, right? They don't know who that is because now they know about the family drama of these people. Meanwhile, they can be eating dinner next to a missing child, discussing that kid's parents, and they don't know who it is. They don't know him because all they know are the parents' names and the side piece. Give me a break, guys. We have to make sure that they know about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. They know his face. They know his age. They know his height. Everything else is secondary. Nobody gives a crap about the rest until he's found. That's when they'll care. So again, keep the drama away. And this goes for everybody. Please just stop it. And if you want to keep it going, it's just come on in and let's bring you into Pennsylvania and get it over with. Come on, just do it already. That way we can get you all in at once. But that's not to say that we know some of you think you're slick and you're gonna wait a month or two and then try to jump in. It's not happening. We're pulling you guys in, even if we think you're good. Even if you haven't said much yet, you're getting pulled in if you said just one thing, just so we can make sure that you're not going to pop out again. That's been the problem that this Tennessee has had for the past year, is every time they think they solve the problem, another 15 idiots pop out with the same thing. Not happening here. We have a list of everybody that did that last time, and they're being added to the case. And we have a list of people who might do it this time, and they're being added to the case. That's the beautiful thing about RICO. You don't need to know each other. You just have to have connections that ultimately link with one another. I am pretty sure that barbecue has a connection that 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 knows Clue, that knows so that's how RICO works. It's not about, I don't know that person. Well, I know you don't. That's the beautiful thing about it. Do you think that little John Doe knows Pablo Escobar? No. I don't know how that is. I'm sure he knows of him, doesn't know him, but still, organized crime, same thing, same stuff, except this is your first modern day RICO case. And it's going to make case law, because this case is going to decide if RICO is applicable to gangs on the internet. And I will leave it up to the courts to decide that. But this is going to be a benchmark case because they will decide, is RICO applicable to YouTube creators? Is it? I don't know. We're asking the court. We'll find that out, and obviously you will too. As soon as we have a hearing date, we'll let you know. There will be a hearing, and there will be many hearings. It's not going to be just one. Again, stay safe, stay vigilant. And as far as Granny's watching, if you are watching, this was in no way meant to slam you, but you are being taken advantage of by the other side, being your co-defendant. They think that, honestly, if I were you, I would have an attorney before you speak with her and her attorney, because her attorney is telling her what to tell you, and it's helping their strategy. Not that I care about strategy, but it's a shame to see you get really thrown into the ringer by the same person that is protecting you. Please reach out to Joe Lesniak if you want, and he can, if you have an attorney, put him in touch with him. And if you don't, still, Joe is happy to help you find an attorney for the first appearance, I'm sure, and also so you can have an attorney present when we discuss getting out of this thing for you. Because there's a way out for some of the people that are in this. Others, there is no way out. The only way out is going to be by the judge's decision, that the judge is going to decide their ultimate fate. But some of you have a way out. And Granny, you are one of them. You are somebody that has a way out. Just if you have an attorney, please have him reach out to Lesniak. If you don't, still, you could shoot Lesniak an email. You can call him. He's allowed to. I believe he can speak to you as long as he gets you an attorney or helps you get an attorney. But we will make sure that that happens if we have to. Again, please reach out. Stay safe, everybody. Stay vigilant. Stay out of the way. If you are a random person that's watching this, like those little creator guys, I don't even know where to start naming because there's so many. Just please don't. I can care less, but you should care, because you're going to be making YouTube videos for the next 10 years, and they're only going to cover your gas to get to court. That's about it. No matter what, we're not ending, we're not settling, we're going through litigation, we're going through depositions, and we're going to go to trial for some of these people. We're not going to, this is going to be a 4 to 5 year litigation. Let me put that back in. This won't end until the year 2030. There's going to be a new president, a whole new world by then. That's when this is going to be over. So next time you click go live, think about that. And if you want to be stuck on that live until 2030 with the rest of the people that are, that's fine. If you do, think about that. It's going to be a very long time, because by the time this thing gets to a jury, we're talking 6 years. Again, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant, and let's find Sebastian and bring him home.
Okay, everyone. Well, that was a lot. Thank you for being here. I'm glad Nick gave us an update. We haven't been able to see him in a while. I am going to okay, unfortunately, I gave a warning, so out we go. I don't do this on my channel. I'm sorry. There's plenty of places you can go act like that. This won't be it. Bye-bye. Not today, Satan. So, sorry about that. I am very sorry about that. I think I kicked out the person who was causing the issues. I always want to commend you, and I did earlier. Hi, Mini Panthers. Just how great you all are. Hello, Tabitha Star. In the chat, you're respectful, you're kind, and I really appreciate, how you are. So we are on top of it. It looks like Ginger Girl took care of a couple too. So thank you, Ginger Girl. Appreciate you, all of you. So that was interesting, because no way, you're fine, Miss Ginger Girl. You are doing great. Will you check the private chat for me? Let me make sure I put it in there. Yeah. Do you mind checking the private chat, Ginger Girl? Thank you, Heather Ann. Hit the like button. How many do we have? How many likes do we have? You all are amazing. So basically, let's just recap real quick what he said. They're adding 2 people to the case, or 2 defendants, right? But there are going to be additional other 2 defendants, yes. So who, in my opinion, who do you think? Just put initials. Who do you think are going to be the 2 more added? See, I don't watch them, but I know one in my mind. But I'm just wondering if it's the same. I saw. Thank you so much, Tabitha Starr. Welcome to the family. Our family's getting big, by the way. Don't miss Saturday's member only live. We're going to have another one. Last one was amazing. It was amazing. And then this one, we are going to go over some things that, what I've been using, what I started with is last week I was starting to discuss some things that we don't I wasn't going to really discuss with the entire population. And then we were shared some information, and we just had an amazing live this weekend, Saturday as well. I'm going to share a couple of things that I have found that I don't want to broadcast and blast. So it's going to be a members only. Hi, YouTuber. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hi, Hope Floats, Vita Pierce. So it will be a members only where I will share some of that this weekend. And actually, one of the things I want to share with you, I need you guys your opinion. If I have anyone in here who's like legal or court document kind of expertise and things like that. That's for one thing. And then we are going to go ahead and continue. First of all, what Nick said is there's 2. There's 2 being added. It's going to be a benchmark case, which really struck me because do you all recall CP Stepfoot saying this case is going to be studied for years? Thank you, Joanne. I enjoy my time with all of you. I'm really enjoying our lives, whole community, and I had such a wonderful time with you all last Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to it. The brainstorming that went on, I mean, it was just amazing. I think, well, you all recall it left me speechless. And some of you were writing, you were speechless too. So it was a great one. We're going to do it again, and it'll be fun. It's always good to, get our brainstorms rolling. I really want to do like a kind of a slumber study session, like a late night, overnight, or something like that, kind of a slumber party study session, and invite in other creators and people, and we can all kind of share what we know. I do have one piece of information I finally connected that you all have been asking a lot about. And thank you, Feel the Love. And I also have some videos in there for you all for members only too. Okay. I pray it doesn't take till February, but someone asked in the chat that they heard President Trump was going to be assisting. Yes. In February, the inauguration is always on January 20th. Fun fact, I have been to an inauguration and an inaugural ball and an inaugural parade. Amazing time. He will be inaugurated. The inauguration will be January 20th, and it said that his team is going to give immense and rapid federal relief to the investigation into Sebastian Rogers. It was me, baby, into Sebastian Rogers. So Bruce Cantor, one of the attorneys who is working on the RICO and the injunctions. He was a former attorney to Trump during the impeachment trial and also former attorney general. So they are using very powerful players. Okay. He also said, now, I know he addressed Granny personally. But what I don't understand is he said the skunk lawsuit's going on today and tomorrow. Who are the skunks? I thought the skunks were all the people who were all the haters, like who were in the documents, right? Anyway, let's move on. That's just craziness, right? Okay, so they're on it. They are on top of things. We're going to hear other things coming up little by little with all of them regarding Oregon and the investigation, things like that. So we will stay tuned on that. Let's go ahead and listen to Don Wells and his response to the little girl who people thought looked like Summer. Now, my first statement is one would think you'd watch it if your child was missing. That's all I'm going to say. Hold tight. Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. Okay. So, I have to pull up the video first. Oops. Sorry. It's playing. There.
You would suspect.
So I spoke. I did
Stuff like that. So I've been on.
Before I called you.
This apparently is from someone called White Boy. I'm not sure the channel, but full credit to White Boy. If you guys know the channel, Ginger Girl, would you drop the link to White Boy's channel? And I'm going to mute my mic so you don't get an echo.
No, actually, I just got out of the shower and stuff like that. So I've been working on that motor all weekend.
Video that I sent you guys earlier. There's a lady. She's a pretty lady, and she claims that she saw Summer. Did you see the video?
No, but we've been through this so many times before. Like when we was up there in Hollywood and stuff like that. The same thing happened.
You should watch it, though. You should watch it. It's important that you watch it.
Yeah. We've seen some of it, but we don't think that's Summer, of course. Summer would be like a lot bigger than that. Summer was already getting big, before she was even at 5 years old.
So he didn't see it, he said. Didn't watch it, he said. But then when the interviewer said, well, you should watch it, then he said, well, yeah, it's not her, like he did see it. Exactly, YouTuber. That's what I was just going to say. I mean, no curiosity. We've heard that mentioned, and I believe it was the deceptive detective and Peter Hyatt both talking about it's not normal, allegedly, when parents do not have curiosity about what happened to their child. So I thought that was weird. He said he didn't watch it. We've been through this before. How could you not what if it's that one time? That one time. Okay, going to keep going. We'll listen to him for just a minute more. That's really what I wanted you to get, but let's listen a bit more.
She's pretty big.
But there were some comments that say, like, this woman in this video who claims this, the girl in the video favors the boys.
A lot of kids, at that age look alike until they get older, Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it looks like her. I think this.
No. I don't think that. We don't think that's Summer at all. No. You know as well as I do. You know, because me and you've been kind of down some of the same roads and stuff. You know, when you get in a sticky situation, it's best to call 911 yourself. You know, or if you think something's going on, some kind of foul play or whatever. You know, I'm gonna call the police first. You know, before anything. Personally, you know, it's law. I mean, we're you know, bound by law. If we don't turn in certain things, we can be charged with something. You know.
Have TBI? Has anybody contacted you about this?
Some videos and stuff like that, but like I said, I've been working on that motor all weekend. Finally got it together and stuff, you know, so I can go to work. You know, oh gosh, it's been one hell of a couple weeks for me. But yeah, I mean, you know what I think is going on with all these kids missing in our country. You know, and who would suspect? You know, nobody would suspect. Everybody suspects everybody.
She says no.
But, you know, and I did too at first, but now I think totally different. I mean, look at it like this. This is what, okay, since Biden took office,
Okay, so that's really enough of that. But what I wanted to do is, so that is not Summer, in my opinion. Doesn't look like Summer, but it sure looks like a little, oh, got you, Ginger Girl. Sure looks like a child who's in need of help. So I sure hope they come across someone. I sure hope that they come across. Oh, you guys are funny. That little girl also. And Summer too. Summer Moon Utah Wells was reported missing June 15th, 2021. She is still missing. Really no sign of her. Poof. Rogersville, Tennessee, Hawkins County. Another small town. There was a lot of drama, a lot of lack of communication from law enforcement. Parents who didn't allegedly weren't out there searching, in my opinion, from what I recall. Okay, so that is Summer Wells. Someone brought up a great point in the chat, and I'm not sure who it was because it was a while ago. At least this shows us people are still looking for Summer, right? You know, and that's such, thank you for that comment. And that's a great, great, great point. Okay, now the first thing I want to talk about with the Sebastian Rogers case is I would like to go over the Amber Alert. No, Summer will not be forgotten. No, no, no. No, no, no. I have a shirt on my channel, a new shirt. One, it says bring him home, and it's for all the missing boys, but I did it in green. And then I did for the girls, bring her home, you know, for whatever case people are passionate about, but I did it in purple. And I just, we need to bring these kids home. She will never be forgotten. So let's get on with Robin. I'm not sure what you all are talking about, Robin, but your responses are cracking me up. I can only imagine what you're responding to. So we are going to go ahead and gotcha. Thank you for letting me know that. Full credit to White Boy. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description along with Whistle Down. I'm making myself a note right now And Whistle Down was full credit for the Don one too that I got from, that's where I got it from, just so you know. And white boy, okay, white boy, thank you. Yes, so there's and by the way, I want to thank you all. I just posted that the shirt on my community, and you all are ordering it, and I want to say thank you for that. Bring him home. Okay, let's go ahead and go. I'm going to share with you the information from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, because they are the people who created the criteria for the Amber Alert, and they are also the organization that sounds the Amber Alert. Okay. Oh, love that. Yes, and during Summer's case, I always used, most of us used purple hearts. That was her favorite color. Nick mentioned, hold on one second. Nick mentioned all Tennessee missing children, including Summer, and child trafficking. That's yours cut off. Oh, yours cut off, Barbara. Roletter. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that, Tina Vaughn. Yeah. You know, it seems like there's been a movement suddenly where people are really, you know, wanting to stay focused on the case, and that's wonderful. So the reason I pulled this up is because every state has an Amber Alert, but every state's Amber Alert criteria is different. Tennessee has done a wonderful thing in their criteria. Like I said earlier, Bright Star Tarot, welcome to the family. Welcome our newest family member. Thank you so much for being a part of the family. Hi. Hello to Pigeon Forge. Thank you for being here. Hi, Diarant. I'm not sure if I greeted you yet. So, but each state in Tennessee did something good where they said, instead of needing the full description of the abductor, vehicle, and child, they have an or in there. And that is important because really that criteria, in my opinion, I really think we need to change the criterias, the regulation, because we need these. They say they don't want to alarm it for every missing child because then people will become kind of desensitized to it. But, you know, here's Tennessee's. Where do you vacation in Tennessee? Where's a great place to vacation? Do you mean Nashville? Where's a great place to vacation? Tell me. I'd like to know because I have some family in Nashville. Okay, we are going to go ahead and read it. I apologize. I'm rambling on. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here. Okay. And I hope I have my slideshow pulled up. Okay, yes, I do. Each state has different criteria for alerts for missing individuals. The TBI formed Tennessee's program based on national best practices and to provide consistency and flexibility. The TBI reserves Amber Alerts for the most serious of missing cases in which law enforcement believes that a child is in imminent danger. Okay. The TBI is the Missing Children's Clearinghouse for the state and is the only agency in the state that can issue an Amber Alert. There's something I want to bring up to your attention before I go through the criteria. An Amber Alert is the only one tool that law enforcement can use to find abducted children. Amber Alerts are issued for abducted children in the most serious cases that meet the specific Amber Alert criteria. Tennessee averages 500 to 600 missing a month and 8 to 9 Amber Alerts a year. Overuse of Amber Alerts could result in the public becoming desensitized to alerts when they are issued. Let's go back to that. So Amber Alerts are issued for abducted children in the most serious cases. And it's only one tool law enforcement uses to find abducted children. Okay, so an Amber Alert goes out when they have an abducted child. Get what I'm saying? Are you following me? It's not an Amber Alert goes out when they have a missing child or an abducted child. So the most serious cases. So my question is, well, we'll go back to the slideshow after this, after I read it. But so it's abduction is when they sound the Amber Alert. Okay? Think about that. I do too, Karen Powers. I do too. And you know what? Brown Eyed Girl, welcome to the family. What's 500? Yeah. Welcome to the family, Brown Eyed Girl. That would be great. Great cause. That would be a great cause. Okay. Well, the point is exactly. Unicorn of Hope, very good point. Aren't they all serious abduction cases? I'm more focusing on the word abduction, but you're right. All abduction cases are serious. But I'm focusing on the word abduction, not runaway. Okay. So on February 26th, they were searching for a runaway child. On February 27th, they notified TBI. TBI sounded the Amber Alert, which is for abducted children. So in one day, they went from searching for a runaway to believing he was abducted. Thank you so much. Holly W. gifted 1 Crime Time Buzz membership. Thank you, Holly. Very kind of you. If you receive that Crime Time Buzz membership from Holly, please say a thank you. Very kind, very kind. So you get where I'm going with that? So something in that time frame led them to believe that they were no longer looking for a boy who ran away, that they were looking for a young man who was abducted. Okay? Abducted means taken against your will. Right. Right. Did you receive it, Brown Eyed Girl? That was wonderful. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Actually, that is the highest statistically. That is statistically, familial abduction is the highest rate. And remember what we learned in our members only last weekend. Remember, we learned, some things about the federal investigation and 2 of the things they're looking at. So that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, let's go ahead. And I'm going to give you the criteria for Tennessee. Hi, Candy for you. Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I'm so glad. I love wearing mine. And most people out here in Arizona don't know about Sebastian's case. So whenever I do wear mine, thank you so much, Angela. Whenever I do wear mine, yes, there we go. People ask me and I'm able to talk about Sebastian. So it brings up awareness. It's just a wonderful, wonderful shirt. I'm so glad you got it and enjoyed it and are enjoying it. Does it fit okay and everything? So let's go ahead and get to the criteria. Please hit that like button. Sorry. Okay. In order to issue an Amber Alert, and this is for Tennessee, the following criteria must be met. The person is 17 years of age or younger, so check. The child is in imminent danger of bodily injury or death, check. I'm sure they were concerned. He's autistic, he's on medication, so that would apply. There is a description of the child, the abductor, or vehicle. See? So other states say and vehicle. So or vehicle. So they have a description of Sebastian. Okay. Not the abductor. And as far as we know, not the vehicle. But remember, the locals are talking. And I happen to have information from locals that about the vehicle. So, okay, we'll talk about that too in our members only. On a request, I need to write that down about the lights in the vehicle. Okay. But I'm glad the neighbors are talking to law enforcement. I really thought that it would, bring comfort when there was Nick and Dog, bringing out the RICO, and, whether people think they're going to accomplish anything, they've already gotten so much more done for this case. We haven't found Sebastian, but look where we're at. 6 months ago, before they came in the FBI, there was nothing. We were saying, we don't know what we don't know. That's what we were hearing. Okay. There's no foul play, but we can't say there is, all that vagueness. So there's a description of the child, the abductor, or vehicle. Number 4, on a request from another state for activation, there's a direct and identified nexus to the state of Tennessee that information is conveyed to TBI at the time of the request. Okay, so they use it for abductions. They are not used, it says, why are Amber Alerts not issued for all missing children? Amber Alerts are issued for abducted children in the most serious cases that meet the specific Amber Alert criteria. Okay, so we have to remember that. That's important. And I'm going to share our slideshow with you quickly before we get to Detective Maines. Before we get to Detective Maines, I want to share something with you. Go back to our slideshow. Oh, welcome to the family. Angela got a membership. She didn't realize it. Oh, see, the criteria is different. Arctic Wolf Angel is saying that they wouldn't have met the criteria in Wisconsin. Okay, let me go ahead and share with you real quick. What was I'm going to share with you the I forgot where I was going with it. What am I about to put on? We're going to go to Detective Maines, right? Where in the world is it? Hold on. I know I have it up. Hold on one second. I'm looking for it. Maybe I did. Yes, I do have it up. Okay. Missing. Okay. Sorry. Hold on. Always fun when Jay's trying to use technology, right? Always a joy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. This is credit to This is credit to Detective Ken Main's channel. Ginger Girl, if you could drop the link to his channel, and to White Boy and Whistle Down if you're available to, or anyone else willing to. Thank you so much. Ginger's got her hands full today. Ginger Girl, I so appreciate you. I know you've got your hands full today. Hi, hello everyone. Laura Toole, hello. Welcome to the family. Heather Ann. Okay, I'm going to hit play. Now, I've never listened to him before, but he's talking about receiving a call from the Stepfoots, KP and CP. And I'll mute myself so you don't get an echo.
In Idaho, that interested me as well, but for the most part, I wanted my help. 6th of this year, and he has a high functioning level of who I believe is the stepfather, and so this Sebastian Rogers happening currently. Like, I think the name Karen Reed maybe comes to mind because people have emailed me some things. Delphi interests me because of the motive, and in Idaho that interested me as well, but for the most part I don't get caught up in all of it, and there's good reason. And so this Sebastian Rogers case is a perfect example. So I was reached out to by a gentleman, I believe his name is Chris Proudfoot, who I believe is the stepfather of Sebastian Rogers, who is a 15-year-old male who went missing February 26th of this year. And he has a high functioning level of autism from what I understand. Chris reached out to me, and he wanted my help. I didn't know anything about the case. He didn't mention the name. He just stated that he had heard about me and wanted to know if I could help. Certainly. Absolutely. What do you need from me? And that's always my standard answer to family who have reached out to me in missing persons or unsolved homicide cases. We shared a few emails. You know, I asked him where he was located at, so that way I knew whether I was in driving distance, whether I could go speak with him, help the family out, whatever I could do. He had said Tennessee. I said, yeah, that's doable, you know. But let's talk. What is the name of your loved one, your missing child, so on and so forth? And he gave me the name Sebastian Rogers, explained his relationship. And then I got a few emails from Sebastian's mother, or I believe her name was Katie. Same type of emails. You know, can you help us? I said, let's jump on a phone, or maybe Katie said, let's jump on a phone call. And we did. Okay. But before we did that, when I approach a case, I want to be as non-biased as possible, which means I don't look at media accounts. I don't want to sit down and watch Dateline. I don't want to read much about the case other than I want to hear it from the people and the police. That's it. And then, you know, eventually I'll spread out. I typed in this kid's name, and some Twitter feeds came up. It was shocking. That's the best word I can use. Another word I want to use, but I feel is a little strong, but is disgusted. I was disgusted at the banter, the back and forth I was reading. So I quickly exited my search. I said, I'm not getting into reading all that. I just want facts, right? I received a phone call from Chris and Katie, Sebastian's mother and stepfather. And I spoke with them for about an hour. When I do an initial introduction like that, there's a couple things that has to take place. One, I want them to know where I'm coming from. Hey, if you want me to help, this is what you can expect. You're not, I can't give you miracles, and I can't promise an outcome. But what I can do is promise you my best, you know, and that's the only way that I know how to work, is to give it my all, 100%. Which means I will travel to Tennessee. I will, you know, I'll help. But this is what needs to take place. I did a brief cursory look online, and I see all these people. There's some people that are in Tennessee with you right now that are helping you. To me, there needs to be one person in charge. And it's not an ego thing. It's because when you have all these tentacles being involved and going off in a million different ways, it only creates chaos. So if you want me to be involved, I'm just saying, and even if you don't want me involved, this is what you need to do. You hire or you get one detective who's in charge, and everybody else that helps and wants to help, they have to work under him. Now, it's not like a boss thing. It's like, hey, we're going to go search this area. Okay. That way, this one person can map it out, know all the information, and you don't have 100 different people muddying the waters. That's what I recommended to them. Everything seemed, listen, my impressions were the mom, when she spoke with me, she was very emotional. Depressed would be a good word. You could just tell it in her voice. One of the things that she said to me that stood out after a long period of silence, after we said something and I was waiting for a response and I wasn't getting anything, and I just waited, and it seemed like an eternity, but I'm sure it was only a minute or two. She said, I just want my son back. And there's always certain things that strike you. And during that conversation, that was one of them. Now, I'm not saying guilt. I'm not saying innocence.
I just want to comment on that for a second. Having watched KP as much as I have, I've seen that same, and he's new to them. He hasn't watched all the social media yet at the time he does this interview. In my opinion, I've watched it where she's been asked a question before and gets dead silent and then just blurts out something awkward like that. I just want him home, or he wasn't, and that's just my opinion. But I'm thinking that's what he was seeing. He asked something. He said he was waiting for an answer. Nothing came. It was a little awkward. And then she said, I just want my boy home. Now, the way I see it is I see it as what I've seen in other interviews where there've been an awkward silence or a weird giggle and then a odd blurt. What do y'all think of that? That's just my opinion. Are you guys enjoying this? This is Detective Maines. And one of you sent me this interview, and honest to goodness, I want to thank you because I was unfamiliar with him and I really like him. Okay, let's keep going. Welcome to the family, everyone. Thank you, mods. And I believe it's only Ginger Girl in here tonight. Justin's here, but he's just listening. Exactly. And that's where we see the giggle or the silence and then the I just want him home, or something blurted differently. Three-way call. Remember that one? Three-way call. Okay, let's go back to it. All alleged and in my opinion. We're speculating.
I'm not saying any of that like some of other people have done. That's just not me. We finished our conversation, and we, as a collective, weren't sure whether we were going to make this unity happen. They certainly wanted to think about things, and I certainly had some trepidation myself based off of nothing that they said to me. Well, maybe a little bit of something that they said to me, the help that they were getting. They had mentioned a specific agency or a person who had been down there and helping out, and would I have a problem working with these people? Listen, I don't have a problem working with anybody, okay, as long as it's a coordinated effort. But then after our conversation, I got back online and I said, let me see what I'm dealing with here. And all of a sudden, Dog the Bounty Hunter started coming up. This other agency that's filing motions against this people. And then you have the biological father of Sebastian fighting these people and them hiring an attorney and an investigator. And everything was being fought online. Like I saw Twitter, which, listen, for everybody that loves social media because it makes them feel a certain way and they feel relevant or whatever it is, if it's just for communication, sharing, whatever, more power to you. I just don't operate my life through Twitter, and I certainly don't operate investigations through Twitter or other social media platforms. The amount of online fighting and debating that was happening, and I'm not just talking from like amateur standpoint, like people, true crime people who have interest, but I'm talking like supposed professionals. I just don't understand it. And I don't think I ever will understand it. It just made me sick that these professionals were, I can't say that they don't have the best interest of Sebastian because I don't know them personally. And I always like to refrain from judgment until I met a person eye to eye and shake their hand and, get a good 15, 20 minutes of conversation with them. You can't do that over social media. But I do believe that social media and online presence will give you a glimpse into somebody's personality. And I did not like what I saw in this whole Sebastian Rogers case. Maybe I'm old school, but it's just not the way an investigation should go. It makes it so much harder, not only on investigators, but family members, that are involved. They have to totally shut off what's going on social media, I believe, in order to have some sanity about them. That's why I took social media off of my phone, and I have it because it is beneficial for me when I receive information. People look it up, send me stuff. There are benefits to it if used properly, and I'm not going to get into the whole social media etiquette. And if it's for you, it's for you. I don't care. I just don't like that a true case or a true crime case, especially with a missing person, is being hashed out between two sides online and fighting. It's the norm now. I understand that. I will never, ever be a part of that. For me, and this is just my humble opinion, to do a proper investigation, you need to annex yourself completely away from that. Put blinders on from the noise and stay focused at the task, and that's finding the child. Now, the reality of things to me is that more than likely that child is dead. Now, if the parents are watching this, that's a hard realization, and I'm sorry that I have to say that. That's just my opinion based on statistics. There is still hope. Hope can be a beautiful thing. Okay? But that's where the focus has to be. It can't be on injunctions. It can't be on lawsuits. That's ludicrous. From people that aren't even involved in the case. They think they're involved because they insert themselves into the case. So now listen, some of it, like I said, they do things for.
Has he said yet his take on CP? Has he said yet his take on CP? I know he went over KP. Did he? I was trying to watch the chat too to see what was. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm trying to find it too. Hold on. But did he get to the part where he said, now my take on the stepfather? I'm trying to look for the person that is being brought to my attention, but I don't see that person. Okay. If someone's in here causing drama, we will remove you. That's just what we do. We don't deal with it. We don't let you get us involved. We just remove you on out. So, Ginger Girl, if there is someone in here, let me know, and I can take care of it too. I can't see. Who are we talking about? Arctic Wolf Angel, who are we speaking about? Huh. Okay. So did he yet say that about, oh, not yet. Okay. Thank you, my monkey, number 10. That's what I want to get to. I'm going to mute again, and then we'll be.
For the right purpose. But there are some that are doing it just for the publicity. Every single little thing. Okay, Sebastian Rogers, I went and checked this sewage ditch, and then you post it. Then you post it. Every little step you post it. And you say, well, I'm doing that to keep people updated. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're doing it so people will follow you and click and all that stupid shit that is completely irrelevant to the case. It's sad. I agreed. I said, hey, I will help you with this case, Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot. I will help because I could hear. Well, listen, just because you hear depression, sadness, all those things coming from the other end of a telephone. Doesn't mean they're not involved. It doesn't mean that they're sad because of the situation that the son is no longer there. It could be remorse, could be a lot of things. I'm not saying that she's involved with anything, but I'm just saying you can't make a snap judgment based off of a voice on a telephone call or even face to face. I mean, you'll get certain feelings one way or another. I mean, the only feeling that I can take from that is that she is grieving. Why she is grieving? Because of all the pressure, all the social media stuff, all the stupid attacks that are being thrown at her, or because she feels guilty about something, she didn't check on him, certain things. Okay, you don't know, but she certainly was grieving. The stepfather, on the other hand, my impressions of him, I mean, based off a 1 hour phone call and several emails, it's very hard, but I mean, you got to give him some credit. He reached out. And I know I'm not the only person he must have reached out to. But I would say that if I started that, and this is what I told the family, I would come to Tennessee. I would come to their house. You have to take video of everything there in the house, the layouts. And it isn't necessarily for right now. It's for down the road. If, God forbid, the case doesn't get solved, which a lot of missing persons doesn't. You have that for future reference. So you can look at after the house is changed, demolished, renovated, whatever it is. Get a statement. Okay. And I did that. Tell me right now in this phone call what happened that night the last time you saw Sebastian. And the mother had told me, you know, stuff about him going up to bed, her hearing a loud bang up in the room, in his room. But then she asked him if he was okay. He said yes. And I made sure to annotate that, because you don't want to rely on your memory, you know, 6 months down the road when the child's found and all of a sudden you have to remember, okay, whoa. She went down to the police station and now she's given this account. Wait, she told me this, didn't she? Well, I have it annotated. So that way I know. And if law enforcement ever came forward and say, hey, what did they tell you? This is what I would say. And it's not for publicity. It's for the case. It's for the family, and it's for Sebastian. That's how it has to be done. You have to have one alpha dog in charge that takes charge. Hey, this is the way things are going to be. This is how we're going to run things. X, Y, and Z. And if you don't follow under that, take a hike. Okay? The number one priority is not Twitter. It's not putting out, your YouTube video.
So, couple of things. What did y'all think? I was reading your comments as we went, tried to. Welcome in to my late ones. You are now receiving a tardy slip from me, Teach, as Capital Productions calls us. Capital K Productions calls me. Has anyone seen Capital K? Kind of worried. Hasn't been around lately. Usually in all our chats and lives. So let me know if you've heard. And Wilted Lettuce I haven't seen around. Anyway, what did you think? He said when he went over with about CP, yes, I agree, Ginger Girl. That was horrid. But see, this was done even before the horridness. Oh no, because he just did the video, probably. He was contacted a couple months ago, someone said, but this video just came out on the 5th to his members and yesterday to the public. So he also, what was interesting, yeah, that's a good one, Heather Ann. That is a good one. That's where they say the key is to KP, allegedly, correct? Yes. When he said that, hi, Sharice Prophet, I won't punish. You've been quoting, listening quietly. See, my favorite kind of student. You're excused. He usually only does cold cases, right? And what was interesting is that he said he told them that he would want to go into the home, video everything, and that he would be talking to all the neighbors. What do you know about these people? What do you know? Okay. And then they both decided to go think about it. Okay. So clearly it didn't happen yet. So I don't know that he's going to help or that they've asked him lately. I don't think we've heard, like we said, much from them lately. But a lot of good news going on for Sebastian, a lot of awareness. That's the best we could hope for is instead, let's buzz back to the first 6 months after when they scaled back. Just the silence, the nothing, the vague responses, we don't know what we don't know, all that stuff. We can't prove it's not foul play. We can't prove it is foul play. All of that. And it was so frustrating. And it just felt like we knew nothing. It was going nowhere. It felt like the only person that was, looking was Seth. And a few YouTubers were out there looking too. So it's gotten so much more momentum. And I don't think whoever did this expected it to get this big. Okay. Yes. So that's what I thought, Christina. Yes. And the discussions with the neighbors, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Not just going off the narrative, but making his own narrative, I think, in my opinion, made someone uncomfortable, allegedly. I don't know. But a lot of people, oh, bye, Lori. Thank you for being here. Yes. That would be great. But, I absolutely, and you know what? I wish that would happen too, but I certainly hope. One thing that Nick said, though, is that they're at square one. Didn't he say that? Bye, Sue. Good to see you. We're going to be getting off of here in a second. Didn't he say, hi, Babs22, that they were at square one? But they sure have gotten a lot more movement than, where were we? If this is their square one, what do we call where we were 4 months ago? Well, everyone, we've learned about the Amber Alert. It really, what took them from searching for a endangered runaway to an Amber Alert, abducted child. In that, from 24 hours, Monday to Tuesday, which takes us, we'll end with our chart and then we'll be done. Let me share our chart on that. We've got to get back to that. I added one thing I wanted you to see. Let's see if you can see it. Let me try and make it larger here. Hold on. Oh, that's what it did last time. Okay. So I'm going to close that. We're going to go to this and I'm just going to share it with you. We were talking about how the search started. We were trying to figure out where it started to go awry. And we realized in the beginning when Sebastian was first reported missing, it was an amazing search. Sumner County was out there, everyone, amazing search. Somewhere then about March 4th, they scaled back. We're like, what got messy in there to make them scale back? And then they had probable cause. Well, now we can add in there, we knew the Amber Alert was February 27th, and that's because they went to an abduction. So what during that time, and that's why I have the arrows there, and I'm sorry if it's not so large for you, adding the Amber Alert in there, no longer looking for a runaway. Oh, thank you. Thank you, friends. Yes, I will let you know. I may, very well. Thank you, Lone Wolf. Okay, by reserve glitch, and we're going to get off of here anyway. But so just think about that. What was it in that 24 hours? Was it that there was no evidence? Was it that the dog hit on the dumpster allegedly that we've heard? What was it? That the doors were all locked? I would not either, CB. No, the Amber Alert went out. That's a great question. He was reported missing on the 26th, Noni McPoppins. By the way, welcome to the family. And on the 26th, reported missing. 27th was the Amber Alert. And March 8th, I believe, they were searching the landfill. They scaled back March 4th. Their first local interview was March 4th, and their first YouTube interview was March 3rd. So you have last seen February 25th, reported missing February 26th, Amber Alert February 27th, first YouTube interview March 3rd, first local interview March 4th. And remember on our slide, that first timeline they revealed to the local public is very different than the one we know police to have based on the dispatch times from My Broadcastify. Remember the time limit? There are times there's 31 minutes missing and it's off. 31 minutes off and missing. So from the time for the times that they called in and dispatch was called. So we have that. And then, by the way, everything's for our opinion, entertainment purposes only, not to be taken as fact. We are just speculating, theorizing. So then they had the March 4th local one, and then they scaled back. March 4th announced they were scaling back the search. And then March 8th, they were at the landfill, I believe. So I hope that helps, Nani McPoppins. Everyone, I so appreciate you being here. Oh, Bright Star Tarot, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Bright Star Tarot. Where are you? There you are. Welcome to the family. I am so sorry. I did not mean to leave you out. Welcome to the family, Bright Star Tarot. Everyone, please welcome Bright Star in to the family. We will be having a members live Saturday, probably the same time. I need to look at my calendar what time we did it last Saturday. I think it was 11 a.m. So it'll be this Saturday at 11 a.m. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Good things are happening for Sebastian. We just need to bring him home. Oh, absolutely. We'd be begging. I would be too. I would be too, begging for their return. Thank you so much, everyone. Talk soon. Prayers up for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Thank you, Joanne McNeil. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you. Bye, everyone.